Before I start the video, I want to make a quick little announcement. I'm sorry if this video is not to the liking or perhaps not what people expected when they voted for it. I really try to make sure that I have a comprehensive video that also goes into a decent bit of detail about the topic I'm trying to convey. If there's anything I can do better in case I ever should do more of these videos, please comment down below. These types of videos haven't really shown up on my channel because I mostly cover Hunt Showdown and its debates. So if you enjoy the content or if you perhaps see a major issue, please consider just, writing a comment. That greatly helps my effort on learning and improving myself. I always try to improve upon what I get as feedback, and I really just hope that we can work together on that one. Anyway, let's begin. What makes gunplay good? Or what makes good gunplay? This question is what some of you may ask, and, I asked myself that question as well. Today we'll be doing a video that is different from my usual Hunt content, since it focuses on a topic I personally care about a lot in shooters: good gunplay. Before we even really start, I should make it clear that what makes guns fun or gunplay nice is a very subjective topic and can differ from one another. I just simply thought I would compile a short set of examples and I guess factors to compare between a few games. Note, there is no universal standard. It's all about a unique balanced blend to make things work. Some games are weaker in those named categories, but can be stronger in others. This does not mean a game is outright bad or unfun. It could just mean that I personally dislike the way the developers designed it. So, let us start with what I personally count as gunplay. For me, gunplay is a combination out of weapon feel, the weight, speed, and stats, animations, the details, quality, and the realism of it, gameplay, the impact, performance, and even the role of weapons in the game itself. This triad is what I use to rate gunplay myself and during this video. Let us begin with what I would personally consider to be the best gunplay that I've seen in the games I've played. In my case, out of all the games I've played, Hunt by far has the best handling. It's well balanced, and here's why I personally see it this way. Let us begin with the first criteria: weapon feel. Hunt's weapons have been picked to be intentionally slow and unwieldy. They are usually manually operated by the player character and have weight to them, while also not feeling like you're carrying around a large boulder. They are also chose to make 90% of weapons lethal in 2 to 3 shots or less. This even allows weaker or lower tier weapons to be competition in matches. Next up are animations. Hunt's animations are well done and detailed, meaning no immediate issues. However, they do occasionally show up. Some of the most common ones are reload animation glitches where actions by the character are delayed from the animations of the gun. Let's talk about the impact. With Hunt being a PvPvE game, weapons play a significant role in the matches, which they do very well. Weapons are balanced around their flexibility and strengths, allowing Hunt to support a multitude of playstyles. Let's talk about another game which weakens its gunplay over its life cycle, just to get an example of how I personally would not design the balance: Rainbow Six Siege. R6, or Siege, is a game with a rich history both in development and its lifetime. Initially, gunplay was based around random high-intensity visual recoil, quick leans to peak corners, and precision using magnified optics, the ACOG meta. This was gradually addressed by the removal of the ACOG of certain operators, and a global nerf to lean speeds. What was left was the powerful sounding and feeling guns, which came with well-done animations. The game from then on fared quite well, although the superiority of certain weapons, like Jaeger's 416 carbine, meant that gunplay could feel unbalanced due to the handling differences between the different weapons and characters. Now, after giving some context, we shall get to the point of this example: the March 2024 Global Weapon Handling Rework. This rework removed the ability to accelerate weapon aim-down sight speeds by using the angled grip, and also came with a global aim-down sight speed nerf to all operators. To add insult to injury, you now need to rely on a laser sight for an ADS speed buff and iron sights or low-power optics to keep faster aim. This frustrates me, since my personal view is that guns should have weight to them, but not make you feel like you're giving a 50-kilogram boulder to a 90-year-old grandpa. I, as a more aggressive and quickly reacting player, get artificially limited due to the primary advantage dissipating. Why, you may ask? Well, this is due to the fact that the rework greatly benefits holding angles and lighter weapons, like submachine guns, which aren't common on the attacking side. This, coupled with sometimes lacking power and the introduction of the reload cancel penalty, which only gives you one round in the magazine if your new mag isn't seated yet, make Siege less fun to play than when I started in Year 4 Season 3, Ember Rise. Let's look at probably the least expected mention of the video by talking about World War Heroes, a free-to-play, if sadly pay-to-win, mobile game which features weapons and animations that I never saw before, and I mean it in a good way. The amount of detail put in a lot of the shown animations is often worlds above some AAA studios. Yes, the graphics are still bad, and gameplay is not fair or too well rounded, but the animations and details are out of this world, at least in my opinion. Let's look at some of my favorites, starting with the RPD. The character begins by opening the top cover of the gun, which is followed by the release of the drum holding flap, and the removal of the spent drum, after which he attaches the new drum, closes the flap, loads the belt, closes the cover, pulls the belt by the metal strap to ensure it's properly seated, and finally pulls back the charging handle. While some of you say, oh, well, this is just pointless yapping or pointless detail, I feel that when new games cover already covered scenarios or ideas, that the devil is in the details. I mean, just look at the properly modeled magazine interiors I have shown as the background. This is rarely seen even from larger developers. Sadly, as I said in the beginning, the game falls short in most categories, since it does contain a few made-up or at least little known about guns and suffers from bad balancing and predatory design. The last candidate from today is one you may know, Enlisted. Enlisted, to me, features solid weapon feel with weight to their guns and strong animations. Especially the newer ones are very solid and quite detailed. Guns also have a high impact due to the high damage on most of them, making all weapons lethal. Enlisted's main weakness is the goofy movement and handling engine that lies underneath the game, since it is the same one originally used for the Battle Royale parody title Cuisine Royale, or as it's now known, Cursed. Overall, I'd say there are plenty more games I could look at, but the core message should be clear by now, that good gunplay is a combination of solid visuals, weight, feel, and impact in the environment of the game. I know it was an extraordinarily long video, but I hope it was interesting to tag along my view of what makes good gunplay. Have a nice day, and see you in the next video.